Welcome sports fans, back for another video. There have been a few minor updates that have happened. So we're going to cover a few of them today. So, first of all, let's go and we'll do a jumping event first. So we'll do the high jump. High jump's a good example of this. There are some minor tweaks visual mainly. So if we just go back up, you can see just with the high jump bar on the left, we can see where we're jumping, what the national record and world record is. The other thing you might notice is how those three records are listed. They used to be vertical on the left hand side and they are now horizontal across the top. Minor change, don't think it really matters. I'm pretty sure that give it a couple of weeks and we will not even recognise that it's really moved. It is a very small minor change though. It's nothing major. We're not going to do this one. As it goes through. So yeah, just some minor cosmetic changes as they come through. The other thing you can do though, in the top left you can see skip. So I can press skip, so skip remaining attempts. So it asks us, are we sure we want to skip the remaining attempts? They'll be marked as an NA and your best result will be, so far be recorded. So let's just do that there. So that takes our result and we go straight through into the final where we can see in the results whether we did win. Is that a good thing? For most events I would say no. Probably the main events, the main two I would say that is applicable for. Discus, if you do 3 perfects, I mean you could get your perfect slightly better, but you're probably not going to. And if you do a perfect shot put, there is no point doing the remaining 2. You could argue maybe on hammer, but I think from a jumping perspective there isn't necessarily a massive benefit, but it does allow you to, if you do a really good one, you're first by a mile. If you're not really searching that PB on that attempt that you're going around to do, then it probably, it can be something which you can use to skip. It also means you can get through events a lot quicker. If you nail the first attempts, don't bother the next 2, and away you go. You've got your 5 stars needed for getting to the boxes down at the bottom. What else has there been? Well, let's do a long running. So the marathon, there has been a minor change in the marathon. So in the final lap, they've taken away the 3 quick presses and made it 2. Caught me out earlier. So let me just show you it now. We'll do the marathon. See how we go. Not a perfect start, but it's okay. Watch the glitch now. There it is. This little speed glitch. Not sure. Is it a glitch or is it a feature? It feels like a glitch, but it may well be the feature that they do to get them to ramp up into racing speed, but I don't necessarily see the point in it. You could just have them running this pace right from the start. So we will go through this. We've still got the same bit. We've still got the different going to the water stations. The flow of the event is the same. So tap and hold to start with. Mainly taps on section 2. I think it's got 1 hold at the end of it. And then the final bit is a mixture of tap and holds and tap. We're doing really well there, and then all of a sudden we just got a couple of goods. Alright, water station now. And then this bit is still the same. It's still a mixture. I don't really think the event, let's see, a few glitches there. I don't think the event is that competitive, to be perfectly honest. I'm sure someone will disagree. But when you've got mainly level 13 and 4, well, all level 13 and some level 14 equipment, I don't think it really is a very competitive event. Now, what's going to be interesting is I did do this event earlier and we were quite far off our PB. Now, we have got a few goods there, so that's obviously going to influence it. There we go, there's that one. Then we get the single press. Single press. Now, this is a single. There you go, there's the second one. It's going to take a bit of time to get used to it because I think for most of us, we will have it wired to our DNA that we must be pressing it 3 times, and even then I had the temptation to press it the third. So you can see they're 32 seconds away from PB. My one early was 40 seconds. You know, we're going into the stadium worse off. So as much as my final lap there was pretty bad, we're actually going into the stadium quite far off. So what'll be interesting is if I can get a run done where it's pretty much all perfect from the opening 3 bits of the marathon, and really start to see if there is a time difference. But it does feel a little bit like our times are worse currently. But more testing is needed before we do that. But I just wanted to show you the fact that there is only that double press on the back. There's a temptation to want to press it 3 times. But yeah, that could just be a feature that's come through from there. What else have we seen? Well, we did get a big pop-up about the daily challenge. At the moment, I'm not seeing anything that's saying there's a change. You know, I don't know if there's anything in the rules. The rules look similar. Did we get DC points before? I don't know if we did, actually. Someone will probably correct my comment there in the chat if I'm incorrect. The AC coins are the same. Obviously, the coins for winning. The AC tokens are the same. Coins for winning, still absolutely pointless. But it is worth doing, because even if you lose all 3 rounds and you keep on doing that, you do get some AC tokens to go with it. So, but it's still going on 12 highest points and 50% of the season before. I'm just going to see if I've quickly got a card. I do. Look at that. And this will probably be my next video. There you go. Next video I'll be looking at the 110, upgrading the legendary equipment. So let's just upgrade that. We'll save that for the video. But yeah, I'm trying to think how much more there is. Not a great deal more. I know on some people's screens that piggy bank logo is further to the left. Might be because we're on tablet. It's slightly different. I'm just trying to think if there's any other. You know, we can skip on throwing. We can skip on jumping. Hurdling doesn't seem like there's much difference, nor on medium running or on sprints. So I think we are definitely covering most of the updates. So just minor cosmetic changes more than anything. And I think there's a bit more into the gameplay itself in terms of maybe on how competitive some of the runs are. I know some people are struggling to get wins, and I do think that that's slightly related to the level you're at. You know, when I've gone through my journey, easy to win to start with, got a lot harder in that sort of middle section, and not much. And then obviously, at the top end, it's a bit easier to win in my opinion. In terms of the shop's still the same. Still getting the 9 offers, still getting boxes, got AC points, waiting for the new season on that. In terms of this, there's been no updates to the season pass, so they still remain, and we'll probably finish that by maybe tomorrow or the day after. And in Trading Centre, I haven't seen any difference into here either. So very much it is a cosmetic thing. The biggest thing I think, well, the 2 biggest things are the skip and the marathon. Let me know what you think about them. The skip was never asked for that I saw in the suggestion box, but I think it is a good feature, and it does mean that you'll be able to get through races quicker, especially on those jumps and throwing events where you are. You know, if you're already 2 meters ahead in the javelin, they're never going to catch you. So, should you skip? Well, yes. If you're not trying to do a PB on that try, then it's a good way to do it. You'll get through races quicker, get through those events quicker, I should say. Let's say races. When a new season comes out, it might make it easier to fill up the club box in terms of number of stars. So that is it for this video. So thank you for joining. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, comments in below. Mainly, we want to be able to see that yeah, how are you finding the changes? Is there anything else you want me to cover? Just let me know. Cheers, bye.